When Maddie was 3, she was diagnosed with leukemia, B-cell ALL. She was considered standard risk. Maddie's body didn't react very well to her first round of chemotherapy, and she ended up with tumor lysis syndrome and sepsis, and she was in the ICU for 2 months. She was intubated. We ended up doing a tracheostomy to get her out of the ICU. She took her last dose of the maintenance chemo in October of 2010, and then in February 2011 we found out that she had relapsed again, and this time it was in her spinal fluid and in her marrow. 6 months of very, very, very heavy, harsh chemo, and then followed with total body radiation, cranial radiation, and a bone marrow transplant. When I first heard about T-cell therapy, it was over the internet when Emily Whitehead's story broke in the New York Times. People sent me links all over the place. Maddie had just finished a round of chemo. She ended up with pneumonia. We were in the hospital for 3 weeks. It didn't do anything to her leukemia burden. And we were in the doctor's office and they were telling us that, well, they'd kind of reached the limits of what they could do at Children's National. We needed something new. We were willing to do something new. And then 2 days later, our oncologist called us and said, we've got you. We think we're going to be able to get you into a T-cell therapy, a CART-19 therapy is what she called it, at Children's of Philadelphia. You mean that was real? Because I'd gotten all of the links and it sounded so fantastic that I didn't believe it. At that point, it was our plan to do a second bone marrow transplant because we felt like that was our only curative option. And he looked at us and he goes, well, why would you want to do that? And I said, well, Dr. Grupp, I didn't know there was any other choice. You know, what are you telling me? And he said, well, you know, we're not sure, but we really think this might replace that. I remember us thinking, if only we'd known that 10 days ago, our Christmas would have been much better. Remember when they put the catheter in your neck?
Yeah.
I called her my little Quasimodo because she walked around like this for a couple of days for the day afterwards.
I basically thought that would be like a coin. Couldn't feel it, but of course not.
No, it was nothing like you thought, was it?
No.
The next day they went in and they extracted her T-cells, and that was easy. You know, we played games and she slept a little bit and read some books and watched some movies, and I think it took maybe 3 hours, maybe 4, start to finish. We found out after 3 weeks that her T-cells had grown nicely, and on January 22nd, she got her T-cells. She came out of the hospital just like she went into the hospital, you know, bouncing and laughing and playing and joking, which was so completely different than any other therapy that we had tried. It was absolutely amazing. The T-cells got rid of all of the cancer in her body, and hopefully her body will now just recognize any abnormal cells and get rid of them the way mine does. More than half of Maddie's life has been spent battling this disease. Not a battle any of us chose, but she's done it. She's done it with a smile on her face. She's done it with good humor. You know, she's always the clown in the family. She's always the one that makes us laugh.
I'm not a clown. I don't have a red nose.
No, you don't have a red nose. If you hadn't lived through it with her, you would never know what she's been through. Pediatric cancer is so underfunded. We need more research. We need more funds. We need a better way, because these kids are our future. They can't go to Congress themselves and say, we need research money. They can't go, you know, stand on a street corner and say, hey, we need this. They can't speak for themselves. The only thing they have is us. We've got to come up with a better way to treat these than to put these toxic drugs in their bodies. They stunt their growth. They give them learning disabilities. They give them heart problems. They give them liver problems, kidney problems, all of these things that they will deal with for the rest of their lives. So you cure one disease, but bring on a whole host of other problems. And this could be the difference. This could be the life changer for all of them. It's amazing.